What's up, Nova Heads? It's Amber Nova.
This is Chris Lights Out Lytle.
Hi, this is Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Ice Boogie.
It's the real and raw August Artois.
This is Smiling Sam Alvey.
It's Archimedes.
I'm Jack Cartwheel, the real deal, the human highlight reel.
This is Steve Maury.
I'm Victor Henry.
It's ECW Original, The Enforcer. CW wins.
This is Honest John.
This is Mr. Classic.
I'm Jason Burnett.
The young Gozer.
It's old Hattie Price here.
When I say what's my name, tonight.
My name is Gino Rivera, the Frank Sinatra of the Spanish Mafia.
Incredible one, Anthony Idol.
This is Ken Shamrock.
The Golden Boy, Jordan Clearwater.
Yo, watch and listen.
Championship online.
This is Alex Mars here. Hi, Richard Modest.
So, please listen to it, otherwise be cursed. Okay, see you later. Love that, Dennis.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're now watching and listening to Championship on the Line podcast. If you're new to this channel, my name is Alex, and this is my co-host Rich. And today's a very, very special episode because we got a pro wrestler in the house. You may have seen him in Fist Combat. You may have seen him in Santino Bros. You may have seen him in LA Fights. This guy's been doing big things here, especially in California, just killing it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have the Inner City Champion, not once, but the two-time Inner City Champion. Cameron Gates, ladies and gentlemen. Again, so excited to have you, man.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Thank you for the introduction. That was awesome.
Of course. And again, dude, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm excited. But before we start the interview, we like to do a quick segment. We ask 10 fun questions about yourself. Is that cool to do with you?
Yeah, of course. Shoot.
All right, awesome. Take it away, Rich.
Awesome. We'll kick it off right away with the first question. What is your favorite movie of all time?
All time? I'm probably gonna say Step Brothers.
Oh,
nice.
Just because I can watch that movie and repeat it line for line. I've seen it so many times. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm gonna go with Step Brothers.
Nice.
Such a great classic.
It doesn't get old. Like you
No,
can
I
watch
can
it
watch
over and
it.
over
Like I
again.
said, I've watched it at least 30 times, and every time I'm still laughing. Like if it's the first time, every time.
Nice. It's
What's
the
your favorite
epic Catalina
moment in the
wine
movie?
mixer.
Oh my god, dude! To pick one moment, I like when they're crying. To be honest, that's pretty funny when they're like telling them the divorce or the Catalina wine mixer. No, the Catalina wine mixer. I'm gonna go with that part for sure.
Okay.
Ending. Yeah, that's the best part.
Oh yeah. Especially them two. Like
Yeah, they're the perfect. I don't think maybe somebody else can make it work, but them two were perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Absolutely.
And then you see them on Talladega Nights too, and it's always the same, dude. I love it.
Magic when they're on the set.
Yeah. So
good.
funny.
Awesome. With the next question, favorite TV show of all time?
Oh damn. Monday Night Raw.
There you go. Yeah.
Surprisingly, you're the first person to ever say that.
First.
Really? Yeah. Really? Well, I mean, that's probably was my favorite show. You know, I honestly don't watch too much shows anymore, but for 10 years, it was every Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, you know. So if I'm gonna give it to a show, it has to go there, you know. It's only right.
Nice.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite meal you like to eat?
Oh, dude, I'm such a bad eater. Lately, I've been trying to just eat chicken and rice, but I struggle so much with it. If I'm gonna say probably Buffalo Wild Wings, the house sampler, is probably my favorite meal, dude, because it's got everything: wings, mozzarella sticks, nachos. Yeah, it has to be something like that for sure.
Nice. Awesome. The next question: do you have a favorite video game?
Favorite video game? Let me think. I just played Red Dead. Oh, you know what? Last of Us. That's gonna be my favorite for sure. The first one. Last of Us 1. Last of Us 2 is okay, but Last of Us 1 for sure.
The first one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite sports team?
Baseball is Boston Red Sox.
Nice.
Football is the New England Patriots. I don't have a basketball team. I think that's about it, man. Other than that, I watch like UFC and stuff, but yeah, even now I don't really keep up with like baseball or football too much either. Only when I do like fantasy, then I'll like follow it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are going to be I'm like an East Coast guy for some reason. I don't know why. I've never even been there, but yeah, those are my teams. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's such like legendary teams, especially like the
Yeah,
Red Sox and the Patriots.
I like teams that win. That's what it is.
Right? Exactly. For sure. The next question, you're at 7-Eleven and you only can pick 5 items. What would those items be?
Trolley gummy worms is the first one. Either a Gatorade or like a Brisk, some kind of juice. I'm gonna go with the chili and limon Lays. The peanut butter squares Snickers, the family size that comes with 4.
Yeah.
What else? And the last thing at 7-Eleven. A slushy. Or what, I don't know. They call it 7-Eleven or slushy.
Yeah,
Slurpee, yeah.
Slurpee, yeah, there we go. Slurpee.
Nice.
Yeah.
What flavor?
I think, yeah.
I'll mix it.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I got to get all the flavors, yeah. Dude, but you know what? I'll say this: the worst thing, I get the worst brain freezes. Like one time I got one, I almost called 911, bro. I'm not even kidding, because like it's so bad. So honestly, I think those 4, but I'll throw the slushy in there just to make the 5.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. The next one, do you have a favorite music artist or band?
Probably the Foo Fighters is gonna be my favorite band. Artist, I like there's a rapper from Vegas that I really like. His name's Dizzy Wright. I used to listen to him a lot. I've been to a lot of his concerts. But yeah, I listen to like a lot of stuff. So if I had to give him my favorite, probably going to be the Foo Fighters and Dizzy Wright for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have a favorite song from the Foo Fighters?
Pretender. Pretender's my favorite song. Yeah, that's like my workout song. It's like wake up song, like Pretender for sure.
Nice. Outside of wrestling, do you have a hobby you like to do?
Well, me and my girlfriend we saw King Richard and we started playing tennis. We've never played tennis before in our life, but we saw it, we were inspired, so we bought stuff. And so and we have a tennis court like across the street from our apartment complex, so that's kind of what we'll do. I honestly don't have like too much time for hobbies between like just like work and wrestling and then training and stuff like that. But yeah, probably tennis is like the newest one that we picked up. Yeah.
Nice. And it's such a fun game. Even like Alex and I played it and we know the rules, but just as playing.
We don't either. We don't know like what the lines mean or anything, or like how you're supposed to scoring. We're just like trying to keep it going as long as possible, you know?
Yeah.
It's fun, dude. It's fun. It's really fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. With the next question, before your match, do you have a ritual you like to do?
Before the match, I like to. I have to find like a hallway just to like stretch. I have like a stretching routine that I do. I don't really have anything like crazy, like listen to a certain song or something like that. No, I just kind of think about what kind of story I'm trying to tell that night and try to get into that zone and just really stretch like really well. Is like that's like I'm still pretty young, but like dude, like if I don't stretch, it's bad. So like yeah, that's probably my pregame is just like stretching, refreshing for the stories and stuff like that. Yeah, that's probably it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I want to ask. When you want to do your storytelling, do you like go out for real quick and like view the crowd? Like, does that change like how the crowd is, your storytelling?
No, kind of. I mean, we kind of have like, at least me, I have an idea of like where we're building to and where we're gonna go, you know. So like even if the crowd is maybe like not reacting the way or that I thought they would when I, planned something out, it like I'm still it's leading to like a bigger picture, something down the road, you know what I mean? So like you can't always it's hard, man. It's just one of those things, like, you can say no, but and then like, well, you have to do something if the crowd's not reacting, you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
luckily the stories that we've been telling so far are pretty entertaining. So hopefully that
awesome.
keeps going, yeah.
Cool. Last but not least, if you could have a match with someone who isn't a wrestler, who would it be? It could be an actor, a celebrity, a fictional character.
I'm gonna say a really like good match. I would want to wrestle probably like Jackie Chan, because he could probably put together like stunts and wrestling, it kind of goes hand in hand. So I'm sure he could still put together a good match, even though he's do it, you know what I mean? But if I wanted, like, if I'm gonna wrestle a celebrity, I would probably want to wrestle somebody, I don't know, maybe Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, one of those guys. That would be like, yeah, because it would, I don't know, it would be so funny, and I'm sure we could still make something work. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. But Jackie Chan for sure, to like actually have like something badass, that would be cool.
No, for sure.
Who's going over?
Who would you say that? Yeah, who's going over?
He's come on, you gotta protect the business, brother. The wrestler's going over. Yeah, all day. He's like 80 or 82. He's pretty old now.
Yeah, he's heading up there.
Yeah, but back in the day, though, that would have been so sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, again, dude, thank you so much for going to be on the podcast. Very, very excited that you're here. But again, I want to start off, with this interview from the beginning of your journey of being a wrestler. So, how did you first like get introduced into pro wrestling?
So I'm like everybody else, dude. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. You know what I mean? I always flip flop. I don't know which one was the first thing that I saw. It's between three things. It was either WrestleMania 21. There was a steel cage match with Edge and Matt Hardy. And then when John Cena came over to Raw from SmackDown. Those are, I don't know which one I saw first, but those are my three like earliest memories of like watching wrestling, you know what I mean? And then from there it was just like stuck. Like I said earlier, every Monday I had to watch Raw. Fridays is SmackDown, Thursdays, whatever it was at the time. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. From there I just like got stuck, watched all the events, bought the DVDs, posters, I collected figures also like on eBay. I was dumb though. I used to take them out of the box and like play with them, dude. You guys are smart, you know what I mean? But I had a bunch of, I had a big box that I would get like on eBay, and like I was just hooked, you know what I mean? And then obviously fell out of it for a while, like once I got into like junior high school, and then came back to it afterwards, but yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just like something that I like to watch, and kind of, didn't really care. I always got made fun of for watching it and stuff. But didn't really care. I loved it anyway. Always go to the events when they would come. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the wrestling fandom, I guess you can say. Just watching it, just like everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, for us too, we watched it every week, Monday and Fridays.
Yeah.
And you go to every event. I mean, I know you probably think but we open them.
Okay.
Figures.
Yeah.
But yeah, we keep them. There's some that we don't open, but most of the time we're just opening every wrestler. But yeah, I mean, growing up as a fan, who's your favorite wrestler?
When I was watching it as a kid, of course, I loved John Cena, obviously Batista. I early Batista was my fave. Rey Mysterio, obviously, all those guys that were getting over around that time, you know what I mean? Or not getting over, but were kind of coming into that main little push or whatever. Coming into the real star spotlight, I guess. I didn't really know anything about like New Japan wrestling or independent wrestling at that time. So it was like WWE was like the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably honestly, if I'm gonna, my favorite was probably John Cena. If I'm gonna be honest, I can't even lie to myself. But my favorite act was DX when they were with 2006.
Yeah.
He came back.
Yeah.
And, like a lot of people don't like it because like compared to the original run, but like that was a new DX run for me. So like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, DX.
Yeah, same. Because like we grew up at the same time too. Like watching that, like people would say like, "Oh, it was the attitude," but even when they came back, it was still good and it was still entertaining.
I thought it was sick. Yeah, I thought it was sick. Like obviously it was a different time, you know what I mean? But there was still like DX, in a way. But it was cool. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Some stuff was like, there was good matches. Like the stuff with Spirit Squad was sick. Even like that was pretty sick, bro. They can't even lie. At the time, I thought it was silly, but like now looking back at it, but yeah, I really enjoyed that run. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And talking about like figures, was there a figure that you had that was like special to you, like your favorite figure?
Yeah, it was the I had an Ultimate Warrior figure, and it was like I think it was like it had like the green trunks and had like pink and green tassels, and you can actually
I think we had that.
really yeah. I think because I had seen like I think it was the Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, the DVD. I think I had seen it when I was like 9 or something like that. And then like my uncle was really like a big fan of the Ultimate Warrior. He would always like put him over to me and gave me this big banner, that like big, huge one that he got from like the 80s or 90s, whatever. And so like just because of like that, I became a fan. And then when I would get all my figures mostly off of eBay. So found a Ultimate Warrior figure, and like it was part of like a bundle of like 30, but that was really the only one that I wanted. And made my mom buy all of them, and freaking that one was like my baby for a long time. It was just like it looked like a superhero, it was so cool. I think I still do have it. It's probably back home with my parents. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's the Legends one, right, Rich?
The classic. I think it's a classic one. I think. Yeah.
It was like in a black box. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the. Yeah, they used to say like WWE like Hall of Fame or something like that, or Legends or something. Like
that. That one. Yeah, I had that one.
Yeah, but of course I took it out of the box and stuff, So, but yeah. I did an Eddie Guerrero figure that I never took out of the box. It was an Eddie Guerrero WrestleMania 21 figure. Like, and I got it for like Christmas, and that one was like the one that I never did take out of the box. Still at my parents' house. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, especially with the figures today too. They're always making them better.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
Yeah, I haven't bought any in quite a while, but like when we go to Target, me and my girlfriend go to Target, and I always make her go through like the aisles just to like see who's there, what they got, and like I'm so tempted all the time to get it, and then like groceries or whatever, Yeah, but dude, I would love to like start getting back into like getting a few at least for decoration and stuff,
Oh yeah, for sure, and especially now there's more because there's AEW figures now.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. I'm scared if I start, I'm just not gonna stop, bro. I'm gonna get like I had before, So
yeah, we haven't stopped
for a while. Yeah. It's
hard to stop.
I have a lot of space, so maybe we can get it started over here. Yeah.
And also, like, was there a time like you played the video games?
I did. I played like SmackDown versus Raw. And I think that was when I started playing them. I had like the SmackDown games, like Here Comes the Pain and stuff, but they were like my older brothers, and like I didn't even know what I was doing when I was playing them because I was like so young when they were out, But I played SmackDown versus Raw a lot, like all the way up until like 2008 or 9. I forgot what year it was that they like totally switched it up, and like I like stopped like completely after that. And then I was like thinking about playing this new one that just came out because there's been like so much hype around it, but I haven't got around to that either. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for us, like we played the SmackDown versus Raw. Like it was like 2008, 2009, something like that. When was it? 7?
Those were sick
Yeah.
because they had like actual storylines and like built in, to the game. And like I think when I stopped liking it was because like you had to like make your own storylines and stuff, which is like
Yeah.
cool. But like I kind of like I was lazy, I just want to like play the game and like what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked like the built-in storylines and going to like WrestleMania and stuff like that. That was like sick. Yeah.
I remember the one year they put ECW in it, and I thought it was
Yeah,
like, oh
I
my
had that
god, that's
one.
crazy.
Yeah, I did have that one. I think that might have been the last one I got. I'm not sure. That was one with like Bobby Lashley on the cover, right?
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think I had that one on the PSP actually. The little
Yeah, same. We had the
little
PSP on it.
device. Yeah, that was so sick.
So underrated, the PSP.
Dude,
That was so cool.
I was like looking around recently, like to see if I could like find one online and like maybe somebody's selling one, but it's so hard. You don't see them like anywhere. At least I don't wherever I was looking, But
Like
yeah.
that was like the first thing you could put movies, you could put games, like
Music online. Well,
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. I had one and like I don't know if I think it got stolen or I lost it or something like that and just said it got stolen or whatever. But dude, it was so crazy. I was like so hard not to like take that thing to school and just be like stuck on it all day. Watch like 300 on that thing all the time. That movie 300, I would always watch it on the PSP. It was, dude, way ahead of its time. I wish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But take me back, like what made you like decide that like you wanted to become like a professional wrestler? Like when did that moment hit for you to join?
Probably when I was in school, because okay, so wrestling was always like, oh yeah, like that's a sick dream, you know what I mean? But like I'm from like the Fresno area, and so like at the time there was really like how do you become a wrestler? Like what do you like you just apply or what? Like so I just thought it was like something you do. But I was working, I was going to school, I went to Fresno State for 2 years. But I had like no idea like what I wanted to do or like what was next, what I wanted to major classes. I didn't really like school. I was good at it. I just didn't like I just hated going homework and stuff like that, and I don't know what I looked up or what I was saw that gave me the idea, but I just like looked up like wrestling schools near me. And there was actually one in Fresno that I went to go check out. And like I couldn't get in touch with the guy on the phone or anything. Like I was trying to call and trying to email and like nothing was working. So I just like showed up to like the address that I could find. And like, dude, they're so mad at me that I just like walked into like one of their trainings. But like I just wanted to do it, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I guess it was like a no, which I get now that I'm like been in the like business, you know what I mean? But even after that, like it didn't work trying to go train there, like trying just to like communicate with them was kind of hard. So the next one that I found was Santino Bros. And they were about to like right when I seen them, like that weekend they had a 1-day camp like coming up, like those 1-day trials that they do now. And like I was like, whoa, like this is this weekend, like, or I think maybe not this weekend, it might have been like at the end of the month or something like that, because I remembered like working out for a little bit beforehand. But yeah, so I signed up. I was like, I'm gonna go try it out and see what's up, And so I did come do the 1-day tryout, and it's funny, me and DKC, he's my old tag team partner, Dylan Kyle Cox. He's like a young lion now. He's just did on the Forbidden Door. We did like the same 1-day camp together. We did the same class together, everything. So like this is a little crazy fact. But yeah, so I did that 1-day camp. Like loved it. Everything was, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but like I would like felt like I can like pick this up. I've always been an athlete my whole life, So yeah, I had a great time doing it. Everybody that was there that was helping out, I think Brody King was there, Jake Atlas was there. I think Heather Monroe might have been there. I don't remember, but everybody was just like, like telling me that I should really at least consider trying or joining a class, and then it just so happened that I had an uncle who lives in he lived in Camarillo, like the Oxnard Ventura area, which is like still like 70 miles from Santino Brothers, you know what I mean? So it's still a good distance, but closer than where I was in Fresno. So once I did the 1-day camp, and like figured that like that was what I wanted to do, I had to like tell my parents obviously that I didn't want to go to school anymore. And that was, that was that was hard, but I told them I wanted to do wrestling, and my mom was always super supportive, and my dad was like, oh, you're just like small, you know what I mean? Like, of course, but yeah, they were like cool about it. They gave me a little bit of crap for it, but they're cool. So I talked to my uncle about me maybe like coming to stay with him, and he was super cool about that. So that's what I did. I stopped going to school at Fresno State, and I moved to Camarillo, and then I started Santino Brothers beginners course in June of 2017, I believe. June or July, something like that. And yeah, that was where like I like started. But I don't know what like that moment was. I think I just like didn't know what else to do. And like I've like wrestling is like the only other thing that I've like loved besides like baseball and like MMA and stuff. And I don't want to like do MMA, so so like yeah, I think it just like made sense to at least try, especially being a young guy and like trying, like if I don't try it, like there's probably no better time to try it than when I did. So yeah.
And I was gonna ask too, like talking about your parents, like have your parents seen you wrestle?
Oh yeah, my parents come to like all the shows, not all the shows. They come to like mainly our Santino shows, because those are like, those are the ones that I really like want my parents to be there. Of course I would love them to be at like every show, but like every indie show is not the same, and it's just tough. They're, like I said, they live up in Fresno, so it's tough for them. But yeah, they love to come whenever they can. They were just at this last Santino show. They were been to all the ones before that. They've seen me plenty of times. They love it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even when I was a kid though, it was always the same too. Like when I would play like baseball and football, they were like always at all my games. My parents have always been like super incredibly like supportive and like our number one fans and stuff, even now.
Nice.
I almost have to tell my mom to like take it down. But yeah, they love coming, and they're gonna be at more too. So
cool. That's so cool.
Yeah,
it's awesome. And and like I said, going to training during your first like how months of training, like how was it for you, kind of like doing the bumps and doing the training? Like how was it for you for the first time doing those?
It like was like scary, and it's like you're learning to fall, you know what I mean? But like once you like get through that initial, like that was kind of like that initial fear. That was kind of like the attitude I had with like all wrestling, was like I was gonna be scared no matter what. So like I just like tried not to like focus on that part. But some things were harder than others, you know what I mean? But like with everything, you just have to like commit to it, especially with wrestling. Like if you do anything like half-assed, or if you like are scared, like that's when you get hurt, you know what I mean? So even though like it was pretty tough, it was like I don't really like doing like high bumps and stuff. It's it's scary, bro. I'm not gonna lie, what the hell, So, like, it was just hard to get used to. But like, it sounds corny, but like you tell yourself like this is what you wanted to do, this is what you signed up for, you know what I mean? This is, if you can't do it here, you can't do it, on the big stage or even on any stage, you know what I mean? So it was, and it was very tough, but I like knew what I was there for. I had moved away from home to do it, you know what I mean? So like once I got there it was, pretty much no turning back, So I just applied myself like full force, and just went all out, went as hard as I could, did as best as I could. And it was tough. It was definitely the hardest like physical thing I've ever done. I've done like football my whole life, baseball. I did like a year or two of MMA, and like all that stuff was hard, but like wrestling, like training, conditioning is hard. You know what I mean? So that was probably like the toughest aspect, like getting through the throw up and the cramps and the soreness and toughness and stuff. Once you get over that, like you have fun with everything that you're doing, it kind of just you learn as you go. I don't want to say things were easy, but like they with practice you learn them, and it's just repetition. You know what I mean? With most of them.
And what was it like also working with like the coaching staff at Santino's?
I loved it. I thought they were cool. My coaching staff was like mainly like Robbie Phoenix was like our head one at the time. He was there most days, and then we would have like a lot of days with like Los Luchas, Zocre and Phoenix Star. Bateman would show up a lot and train with us. It was awesome, you know what I mean? Like I always, at least for me, they were always very like willing to help, willing to like work with you, like if you didn't understand something, you know, as long as you weren't like an idiot and like being like, you know, just at least showing that you were trying to learn it and not just like not knowing it because you weren't paying attention or because you were being dumbass or whatever, you know. Like they would be willing to work with you and get and like put the time into you. That's what I loved about Santino's, you know what I mean? If you're willing to like keep going, then they're not gonna like turn you away just because whatever reason. If you want to be there and you're showing that you want to be there, then they want you there. You know what I mean? That's that's what I love about them. So I loved it there. Yeah, it was awesome. Still is.
Yeah. And then, you know, especially when you look at the list of like, especially alumni of Santino's, there's a lot of great wrestlers that came out of there.
Yeah.
Was there a time that the coaching staff brought in guys to work with you, or was there any like seminars that you attended while training?
Yeah, at the Santino Bros, the first one that I did was probably the Rocky Romero seminar. That was probably the first one that I did as like a whole group, and we had like everybody did that, like all of our students I think were involved in that one. We also did there was a great Sasuke seminar that we did with
nice.
with Kikutaro, that was like amazing. It was at Santino's, not too many people. I think it was like 10 or 12 people, dude, with like great Sasuke. So it was incredible. Who else? At Santino's, that's I think, I don't know if I can't remember any more that I've done, but like there's always you never know who you're gonna see there, dude. Like people are always coming in and out, training, working and stuff, you know, and it's never really like they're not, you know, like I said, they're training and working out, so it's not really like you can, you know, you say hello and whatever. But yeah, I just did that New Japan seminar with Tanahashi and Shibata, and that one was like intense. That one was hard. That one was great. Sure. But yeah, at Santino Bros, we did like the Rocky Romero. They always bring in a bunch of people, a bunch of seminars and stuff like that. It's been I think it's been a little bit since the last one, but yeah. And then working with those alumni, you know, whenever they come in, that's always awesome too. They always willing to share knowledge and, you know, little bits of information here and there. So everyone is so like helpful there. It's, you know, it's a really good environment. So, yeah.
And those guys you just named too, like they're all like different styles, like Sasuke and Romero.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody kind of like showed us different stuff, you know, and that's like kind of the idea that you know, with seminars, you kind of pick things from one person or from another person or whatever this person did well, you know. We also did the Terry Funk seminar at PCW. I forgot about that one. That one was sick too. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. And, you know, like the way with seminars, like they're also like obviously learning opportunities, but even beyond that, it's like you're meeting people, you know, you're showing you're networking with people that are also like sharing that same passion, and you're showing your skill. It's just another opportunity to show what you got, is the way I kind of like at seminars. And, you know, obviously that learning factor too, but, you know,
I was gonna ask, what was it like learning from Funk?
What's that?
I was gonna say, like, what was it like learning from Funk?
Dude, that one, honestly, what do I remember for that one? Because that one was at PCW. I was probably like 6 months in. So I was like pretty new, pretty green. Didn't really like scared to ask any questions, you know what I mean? Didn't really volunteer myself. But it was cool. He was really hands-on. He was, you know, I don't know how old he is really, like exactly, but he was, you know, he was pretty old, and he was still getting in the ring and showing us stuff. Like actually, I think he actually worked that night too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he was like very hands-on, very clear, like you understood what the message that he was trying to tell. No bullshit, of course, but it was cool. I just wish I could would have done it when I was like a little bit more experienced. Then I could have probably, obviously I still benefited, but I could have probably applied some of that stuff better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And during that time too, like during your time training, was there like specific videos you'd watch of like certain wrestlers to kind of get like inspiration, like for your ring style?
Not during training, to be honest. No, when I was training, I would kind of just like watch whatever was on or whatever wrestling, like I wasn't really thinking about, I didn't really know who I would be at or what I was gonna portray, So at that time, no, I wasn't watching like, anything like that. I may have been watching like technique stuff or just like how to, moves that I wanted to try.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I can't say that didn't really start until like probably once they put me with DKC, and then we kind of like molded that little image together, but no, for training, honestly, I kind of really didn't watch much wrestling at all while I was training, just because like you go wrestle and then you go work out and then it's like to go watch more wrestling, what I mean? It's kind of repetitive, but yeah, at that time, no, I can't really say that I was watching too much or molding my style too much at that point.
And during your time at Santino's, like during training, like was there a time that like they put you to do like promos, like work on the promo stuff? And how was that for you doing that for the first time?
For the first time it's hard, dude. Yes, they did do it. We actually had like a whole day that was dedicated to like that aspect of wrestling. So like promos, commentary, ring announcing, all that stuff, whatever, reffing, where we would actually just like work on that stuff. And it's a lot easier for me now that like I have an idea of who I am and what I would say, what I want to say, what I would kind of do. At that point when I was in training, I was just like some guy training to be a wrestler, so like I don't know really know, like yeah, I would try promos, but like they were not very good at all, and I didn't have like a name or a cool like catchphrase or anything like that I can say. And so it was tough, dude. And I like felt very like, I thought that would be become easy to me, because I talk a lot, even when I was in school and like high school, like I would always get in trouble because I was like so talkative and like, but when it came to wrestling, it's just different. You know what I mean? You have to, it's not just talking, you tell a story. So it was tough at first. At first it was very like embarrassing, kind of like disheartening. Even practicing promos would be like disheartening, because like you're practicing, so it doesn't have to be great, but you're like, oh my god, like that was so stupid or bad or whatever, But yeah, that's like one of those things that you just gotta like, it helps a lot if you know who you are and you know what you're trying to make the audience feel or portray or think about. If you don't have an idea of where you're going, it's super hard. It's super hard as it is, but even more.
And what was it like to kind of get the news that you were gonna like have your first match? And what was it like to have that whole experience going in out of the curtain for the first time?
That was I don't really remember the buildup. I was pretty nervous. I remember I had a bunch of friends come out from back home. It was a tag team match. It was me and DKC versus I believe it was Dom Kubrick and Robbie Phoenix, I believe, was our first match at the Santino Bros dojo. So I think that was pretty cool, that like it was familiar to me because we trained there. But I don't know, man. I remember I'm always very nervous in the lead up to the shows, and it's always been like that. Once I'm at the shows, it's kind of like I'm in my like zone, I guess you can kind of say. But the day before or the morning of is like, those are always very nerve-wracking and very like anxiety inducing for sure. That first time, probably I was trying to make sure I had everything, didn't forget everything, didn't like mess everything up for everybody. It was my parents were there also, so I didn't want to look silly. Yeah, man, that first one was crazy. I was just watching some clips of it earlier today. Actually, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And like you said, mentioned earlier, you're in a tag team with DKC,
Yeah.
which you guys were called the Bomb Squad,
Yeah.
which is a great name, which is an awesome name.
Thank you.
And by the way, like I always want to know who came up with the name.
That was Jake Atlas. So he came up with it because he was like doing like a whole he was like Bomb was kind of like his gimmick that he was trying to get over, or like his like catchphrase, so he was like saying it a lot and putting it on shirts, and so like obviously we're with him, so we would be the Bomb Squad, but it kind of just stuck, dude. It like sounded really cool. DKC ended up making like songs with it and like like rapping over it and stuff, so it was like even now today, like we don't, that's Bomb Squad is done now, but like people still like sing the songs to us and or to me, and bring it up and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of where it came from, and then we kind of just made it our own from there, whatever we thought it would be, or what was funny to us and was fun to us. But yeah.
And what was it like too, like having a tag team partnership with him, working with DKC?
Yeah, you know what? It was fun, dude. It was like I wish that I wasn't like I was taking us very serious at the time, and probably didn't like have as much fun as I should have. I was like worrying too much about like looking, just being like a badass fucking tag team, and I probably like let that spill over onto DKC at times when he was teaming with me. But it was awesome, dude. Like looking back at it now, like we had great matches. We had like fun matches. We were entertaining. Like we got to wrestle like a bunch of cool people, and like it was easy too. Like we always were on the same page with like the ideas and stuff like that. Moves were cool. We're like the same size, so like things work together. We like I said, we trained together. We were in the same class. We did the same one-day camp, so the chemistry was there. Even now, I was just training with him at the New Japan camp because he's one of the young lions there. So he was helping with the camp. So it was cool to like have him there also. But yeah, it was super fun, dude. I wish we could have done it, longer, maybe one day. But it was really fun. Like I said, I was trying to be this cool wrestler guy, you know what I mean? And I should have just been having more fun with it. But I know that now, and that's what I'm doing now. So yeah.
Is there like a favorite moment or favorite match that you guys done in the past that's been your favorite in your
From
career?
Bomb Squad?
Yeah.
Let me think, because we would do a lot of lucha shows, which was pretty fun, to be honest. I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't think I can name a favorite match right now. We did beat up Santa at our first our first time together. They like brought us out to like Santa Claus in the ring, and like we like beat him up and put the boots to him. that like sticks out to me. Our promos were always fun. Like cutting promos with Dylan was fun. He had like a nunchuck gimmick that was like super hilarious. So yeah, it was just silly, dude. And like that's kind of like that's like that and like the super badass like fast-paced wrestling are like my two favorite. Like I don't know what's my favorite, but yeah, I think beating up Santa, the promos that we would do, getting on the microphone live with DKC was always really fun. Yeah, he's a fun guy. He's a crazy guy too. So, we actually wrestled against each other once at Fist Combat, like my first time at Fist, like I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. But we had a match while he was the champion, and we were still tagging, but they brought us in together. So that was pretty cool, actually. I don't know if that video is online anywhere. It might be, but yeah.
And mentioning like, earlier I was mentioning the companies that you worked for, you've done matches for Fist Combat, LA Fights.
Yeah.
Tell me about what's been like the experience for you to work with those companies.
It's been cool, dude. I've only been to LA Fights once. But it was awesome. You know, it was an awesome experience. I had been wanting to work in that venue for a long time, like since the first time I had seen it. I think it's the Ukrainian Cultural Center. It's got like all kinds of paintings and stuff. So just like seeing it, I just wanted to work there. So like that was really cool. Lately I've been working, like I worked with Rival Pro. I did a show at Rival Pro and I'm gonna be back there again. I can't remember the date right now, dude. August 13th, I think, or 25th. But Rival Pro, what else? Santino Bros is always like, you know, obviously my favorite spot to work. I just did those Lucha Republic shows also. I was on both of them, the Lucha Brothers shows. Did the first one, we were in a triple threat with like Lucas Riley and Dom Kubrick, and then I just did another one with like a 6-way tag team. Those are wild. If you guys haven't, you know, if you guys ever get a chance to go to the Lucha Republic show, get your tickets early too, because I couldn't even get I'm not gonna say I couldn't get my parents in, but I didn't have a chance to buy my parents tickets because they sold out so fast. So
yeah, that's what I noticed. They go out pretty quick.
Yeah, they were gone, and it's a good show, dude. It's a sick show. That was really fun. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe I can get back on LA Fight soon. You know, I want to keep working with Rival Pro. I've had fun the first time there, and I know it's going to be fun. They're good people. Going to be on Epic Pro coming up also. That's going to be pretty cool too. Yeah, man, it's been pretty cool. You know, working and not really working as much as I would like to, of course. I want to be booked all the time, but you know, I'm getting busier and busier. So working has, you know, been amazing. So
which as you should, because you're very exciting wrestling in the ring. So, you know, of course, you know, which is good to see you going into these different promotions and going these different places. And also too, like I want to talk about too, like as you mentioned, Rival, you had a match with BBoy and Lucas Riley. What was that whole experience working with those guys, especially BBoy too, such a veteran in the ring?
Yeah, that was really fun, dude. Honestly, that match was like, I knew going into it that it was gonna be, you know, cool, but like actually doing it, and once we got out there, like that's one of the matches that I can actually remember, like taking in a moment and being like, dude, this is fun right now. Like we're doing, like, it was amazing, you know. And BBoy, that's not I've worked with him before. He used to run like Ground Zero down in San Diego, and he booked us as a tag team one time. So we wrestled him there before. That was awesome. But this time was, you know, 3-way, so it was even cooler. And Lucas Riley, you know, of course, is exciting and, you know, young, fast, athletic as hell. So you know, I love that match. I think that's honestly one of my favorites this year. I don't know if it's my favorite this year, but that it was amazing. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. It might be on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about, especially, you know, Rival, but also with Santino, you recently won the Inner City Champion for the second time. What was it like? Like, especially from the second time, was it different winning it from the second to the first time you won the Inner City Championship?
Yeah, definitely. The first time that I won the championship was kind of like, it was amazing, dude. I was super happy, but it was kind of like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of just like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, hell yeah, I want this. Like, I'll try. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. But I guess I really didn't see it coming the first time. But I was super happy to have it. Super like grateful and thankful that I had, you know, the opportunity. And then, like, you know, the whole pandemic hit and whatever. But who cares? Not who cares, but like, who cares that people say I didn't defend the title, you know, Alonzo. But anyway, but yeah, the first time it was just kind of like, I didn't really know how to feel. I was really excited, but I didn't really know like how to carry myself or like present myself, I guess. The second time I felt much more like I don't want to say deserving, but like much more like I understood the assignment a lot more is probably a good way to put it. You know what I mean? Like I kind of knew what I needed to like do and how I should like present the second time, as far, you know, and just the way that we won, it was like so cool, you know. So it was a fun night also. Yeah, I think that was probably the main difference. Just that like the first one was kind of just like thrown at me, I guess. And then the second one kind of felt like I kind of like, was working pretty well and doing some good matches and stuff like that. And now like I have a better understanding of what my role is and what my assignment is. So yeah, I definitely feel like this run is going to be much more meaningful. Yeah.
And I was gonna say, what does this title mean for you and like for your career to have that title?
Dude, I love that thing. It gets me so many likes on Instagram on every picture that I post with the belt. I'm just kidding, but it's amazing, dude, and I take it very serious. Like it's the Santino Bros Championship. I have the highest respect for Santino Brothers and the people that have been Santino Brothers before me, are still Santino Brothers, have had that title before me. And I understand that it's I don't know. I don't want to say like it's prestigious, I guess. It's prestigious. It's a responsibility. It's something that you have to put the work back into it. You can't just get the belt and like, oh, now you're cool and now people like you because you have the belt or the title. You know what I mean? You get the title and now you like, what are you gonna do with it? You know what I mean? Which is like what I'm trying to like really figure out and settle in with. And but yeah, that thing means everything to me. I really want that to like mean more than what it is, and I want it to be bigger, and I want it to keep growing, and something that's not only defended at Santino Brothers, but like everybody in the area wants to get a crack at it, and I think that would be awesome. But yeah, that's what it means to me. It's just really it's I'm just grateful to be in the position that I'm in and to be trusted with that, and given the opportunity to see if I can pull it off. So it means a lot. It really does. Yeah.
And I was gonna say, as champion now, there's probably a long list of opponents for you that want to challenge you for that title. Is there any names that you want to defend it against? Or
No, not really. I don't think I want to defend it against. I think I'll just hold on to it for a while. But it looks like the first title defense is going to be against Lucas Riley at the Rumble, the LA Rumble, Santino Bros on July 30th, the final time. And after I beat him, then he can just screw off and go wrestle his friends forever and leave me alone with my championship. And then after that, we can see who's gonna sign up and who wants to do the job to hold Cam Gates. We'll see.
Nice. Yeah. And especially when you look back especially now for your career, what is like your favorite match that you've been a part of?
It's hard, dude. I have quite a few. I would say like some of my favorites are like the first Santino Bros does this event called Up All Night. And I was on the first one and I got to wrestle Eli Everfly. That one was like one of my favorites for a long time. Oh, I also wrestled Andy Brown on that one on Up All Night 3. I wrestled Andy Brown, which was another one of my favorite matches because like those guys, they just test you, and like those are like that's what I want. So those were probably some of my more favorite matches at that time. Recently, the match with Ray Rosas, the match with Tyler Bateman, the first match with Lucas Riley, I thought was awesome. Even the match with Don Kubrick that we had at Santino's, I thought was awesome. So I've been having a lot of fun this year, especially with the matches that I've been having. I'm so like lucky with the opponents that I've been getting. And it's been really fun, dude. And I just hope that keeps going. But yeah, those are probably like my top 3 or 4 that I can name. Yeah.
And naming those wrestlers too, they're so popular, especially in California. Really big names, very veterans, And what's the goal? I mean, what's for you in the future? Like, is there any names, like a list of people you want to face that you haven't got to face yet in the ring?
Let's that I haven't been able to face yet. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to wrestle like all the stars. You know what I mean? I want to wrestle all the top guys, like everybody. At a time, there was a time when like I really wanted to wrestle Kushida, but I was like still like in my first year, so it was just like, like what was I thinking? There was a time I wanted to like wrestle like Chris Bay for a while when before he's like when he was still on the independent scene and stuff. Even now, I mean, I would love to wrestle Chris Bay now, but like that, there's back in the day when I was, I think I said that in another interview also. Yeah, man. I mean, I would just, I would like to work all the names, all the popular people, everybody that's everywhere. You know what I mean? And not just like the exciting and like fast matches, but like I like the comedy matches, the theatrical stuff. I want to do. I can do all that stuff. So, the silly stuff, like everywhere. Yeah.
It's funny that you kind of mentioned like the comedy stuff because I saw a clip in your Instagram where you're in a boxing match.
Yeah. Dude, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it was a boxing match against Sean Black. For like I forgot, I don't know what the event was. It wasn't like it was like a private event or something like that. But I think originally it was supposed to be like a 3-way. And the other guy didn't show up, so they were like, "Oh, you guys are gonna do." And it was like an American themed like event, I guess. So they had like he was like I guess like Rocky themed, and I was supposed to be like the Russian like boxer. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel like before I was like, "Oh my god, this is like so silly. I don't want to do this." But like I had just literally just recently had been listening to like William Regal and on his podcast, and he was like talking about that, like you just like you have to figure out a way to make things work, you know what I mean, and like whatever chance you can. And like granted, this was just like a private show, so it really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but it was like I was trying to approach it as like, well, see what you can do. Can you entertain them? Can you be funny? Can you make them think that it's not silly or whatever? But yeah, it was very, very silly, very over the top, but very fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was entertaining just watching that little clip. I mean, like you like low blowed him and then you super kicked them. That was like hilarious. It was definitely entertaining and fun.
It was fun. It just even like putting that together, because like that was actually the day of the Shibata and the Tanahashi seminar. So I did that seminar in the morning, not realizing that I had booked that event in the evening. Like it didn't click to me until I had already committed myself. So I was dead tired from the seminar. So like it was pretty cool that I didn't really have to have a wrestling match. You know what I mean? I can go in there and just kind of like act my way through this, this event. But it was fun, dude, and it was cool to like challenge myself to see if I can commit to that and make it entertaining. So I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. But especially like now, like what are your goals as of now? Like what is the promotions you want to wrestle, and also like what's the end goal? Like is there a certain promotion you want to like sign with?
Yeah, of course. So right now, obviously I want to just I want to get out of California, or even just out of SoCal, dude. I had my first booking out of state. Like, I had a knee injury like in 2019, and I had to cancel my out of state bookings for that. But I would really like to get up to like NorCal, get down to like, whatever promotions are up there on the north side of California, Sacramento, and all that stuff. Work my way up. West Coast Pro. Love to get on these LA Fight shows as much as I can. Keep working with Rival Pro. Without a Cause is up in Washington. All the cool places, dude. Like obviously I can name drop like Defy and PCW and all these places that everybody wants to be at. But I really just want to like expand and get out there and just keep building me and my resume and my workload. And honestly, for me, the end goal, I've always just wanted to just like support myself off of wrestling. I've always get told that like that's not like you should aim higher, which I agree. Like I should, like you should aim like for as the top that you can, you know what I mean? But like if I'm being like 100% honest, if I can just like not have a job and fucking, you know, work out at home and hang out with my dogs and my girlfriend and wrestle and train and apply myself to that and make my income and support us like on wrestling, I would. That's the dream has already been accomplished at that point. You know what I mean? Getting signed, getting on TV, getting a contract, that would be amazing. Those would obviously be dreams come true also. And like things that I obviously am gonna like strive for and work for. I'm not gonna say that I don't want that. Of course I do want that. But like I said, I just want to be a wrestler full time. I want to commit myself to only this, you know what I mean? It's kind of just tough when you have, I know, and that's everybody. I'm not trying to make excuses. Everybody's got life, everybody's got a job, everybody's got everything, but I want wrestling to be my job and my only job. And yeah, if I can do that, that'll be a job well done for sure.
Yeah. And I think you're taking the right step towards it. I mean, you're getting booked you're working a lot of big promotions, especially in SoCal, you know, so I think you're doing a really good job doing that. And the matches you're putting out there, they're just awesome, fantastic. So for you, I think you're putting right there. And then I would like to see you also in NorCal. I think it'll be perfect, especially there's a lot of promotions there. So I think it'll be cool for you to head with their NorCal.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good people, man. They've got a lot of good wrestlers, a lot of promotions that are always running. I've always seen their stuff. I would love to get up there. Even I want to even go train. I want to go train with Vinny Massaro. I know they do their things. I think it's just hard. It's on a Monday. You know what I mean? It's like it's in NorCal, so like just to go show face to train, which I would love to do. But it's just timing. Thing. But yeah, I would love to get up there, obviously, and hopefully soon. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like with now, like there's so much wrestling going on right now, especially like AEW, WWE.
Yeah.
Like how much wrestling do you watch like in today?
Honestly, I've been watching more wrestling lately. I've been like binging the old Raws, like a Netflix series. So I put them on like in the nighttime and just like watch them, let them play. You know what I mean? Other than that, dude, I'm not really watching too much stuff. I don't even have cable or anything like that at home to like even watch. Like, I would love to watch AEW. If I had it, I would be watching it. But no, I don't really watch too much wrestling anymore besides like old Raws, old pay-per-views, some Joshi matches here and there, like just put them on randomly on YouTube. But yeah, man, probably Raws are probably like my biggest wrestling product right now, just because I'm seeing all the old stuff and seeing how they the different styles and how they worked back then and stuff like that. But no, I honestly haven't been watching too much wrestling. I did watch Forbidden Door, but yeah, Monday Night Raws for sure.
Yeah, awesome. And then also with someone that's watching this and wants to become a professional wrestler, what advice would you give to someone that wants to be in the business?
Get in shape. If you're gonna start training, don't show up to when you go to, first of all, get trained, go to a school, get training, go to a reputable school. But when you do show up for your training, show up in shape. Don't think that you're gonna show up to wrestling, get in shape there, and then also like be successful or even like thrive through the day. You know what I mean? Like if you show up out of shape, it's going to be very, very tough. It's going to be very, very hard, very, very difficult to even make it through, the training or the day or whatever. So that's what I did before I started my program. I was training all like calisthenics, like conditioning stuff specifically for that reason. And even then it was still tough. But yeah, I would definitely say get in shape now. I wouldn't really think about, you can think about like gimmicks and stuff like that now, but I'm sure that'll change if you haven't even started training yet. Yeah, stay healthy is the main thing. Be healthy, be in shape. Take care of your body, rehab, everything. That's probably the most like important thing. And finding a good school, you're gonna get what you pay for with your training and with everything. So find a good school that you believe in, trainers that you believe in, that you trust, and put in the work. And really nothing else to it.
Yeah, great advice. And as with the final question, I mean, like if there's someone that's watching this and hasn't seen you wrestle, what can they expect to see Cameron Gates in the ring? What can the fans expect seeing you for the first time? What can they expect in you in the ring?
A lot of bullshit. Sorry, I don't know. A lot of BS. A lot of funny stuff. I'm very sneaky. I've been called sneaky. I've been called a sneaky snake. I've been called cheater. But I like to think of my wrestling as very story driven. I'm trying to, it's not too serious when it can be, but my wrestling it's very action comedy. Is probably the best way that I can put it. I kind of thinks he's 6'6", 300 pounds, and can beat up whoever until they actually get in front of him. But man, I think I have exciting matches. I think I have matches that are gonna entertain you one way or another, whether it be the wrestling, the comedy, the salad, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I think you just expect to be entertained when you see me, for sure.
Nice. Yeah. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, you guys got to buy tickets, man. You guys are going to see Cameron Gates in action for sure. Yeah. And again, dude, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. It was so much fun having you on. But before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to plug in, any events, any social media for the fans to find you?
Yeah, thanks guys again for having me. Of course, that was awesome. Very fun. You guys can find me on all socials at I am Cameron Gates. IAM Cameron Gates. Facebook is just Cameron Gates. I do post on YouTube here and there, just like old matches and stuff like that. I'm going to be at Santino Bros coming up July 30th, defending the title against Lucas Riley. And then also maybe making an appearance in the Alley Rumble as well. Then from there we have, I believe, Rival Pro coming up in July. Sorry, I'm really forgetting that one, but I know that one's coming up. And then also Epic Pro is August 18th. I also just got announced for some shows up in Central California, actually. So not NorCal, but Best of the West. I'll be up there July 13th, I believe. So yeah, check out all those events. Just did the Lucha Republic Midsummer event. So if you haven't checked that out on pay-per-view, check that one out. And then the Santino Brothers Play Around, Lay Around event that just happened should also be on YouTube soon. So check that one out also. And yeah, see me where you can. Come say hi to me, get a shirt, get an autograph. I'll sign your forehead. Everything.
Awesome. And there you go. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find all this stuff down in the description down below. We'll put all the links where you can find him. And please do yourself a favor and follow this man's journey, because it's going to go from the top. And also, you see him in your area, go purchase a ticket and watch this man live in action. You won't regret it. And he's an amazing wrestler. And again, thank you so much, guys, for watching and listening to Championship Online Podcast. We will see you guys next time right here.